Hello, here at our industrial base we are making some farms and it is time to get our potion brewer up and running. There we have it then, we have our potion brewing machine completely made. I made it a block higher than I meant to, so we've got a bit of a step up to it, but never mind, we'll cope, I'm sure. The one thing I need a little bit more of though is nether wart, and the 3 pieces that you can see in my hand here are the only 3 pieces I own. So we're gonna go and need to farm that, and I've got no soul sand on which to put it at the moment, so we need to head off to the nether to find some soul sand so we can make ourselves a nether wart farm. I've come along here to the very end of the west tunnel, which just about places me in a soul sand valley. Basically we're going to pop through here, dig around a little bit, and hopefully we'll find a bit of soul sand without having to go too far up into the open. And sure enough, I've just made my way up a few steps, and here's a little patch of soul sand right here. Well, that's great, but we're going to want a little bit more. Let's keep looking. Well, after that little excursion, I've managed to get just under 2 stacks of soul sand. So let's make ourselves a nether wart farm. Well, it's not much, but it's a start. But it does grow fairly quickly, as it very kindly just illustrated. And after a few hours of AFKing and editing that time lapse, we've got a full field of nether wart, which is awesome. So I've been harvesting some of that, and it goes into that hopper here. If I can click on it, that one, there we go. So that's the nether wart that we've already got. So plenty to be making potions with, and more of it will grow up as time goes by. The thing is though, nether wart is only one of the ingredients we're going to need to keep this thing going. And, hi pig. One of the things I think people are going to need a lot is magma cream, or at least they're not going to need the magma cream. I'm going to need that because it makes fire resistance potions, and I think that's probably going to be the most popular potion that people will want to buy. So that means I'm going to need a lot of this stuff too. Come on then, let's go to the dangerous places. Now, I don't actually have to go too far to find somewhere sufficiently dangerous because, as you can see from the particles floating around me, which hopefully show up on the video, we are in a basalt delta right here. And if there's one thing I know about magma cubes, it's that they love basalt deltas. So I'm going to make a doorway here and some stairs going up, and we might find our way to the surface or to a cave or somewhere sufficiently frightening. Up here I've built a fairly open platform. I've spammed it with torches to try and light it up as much as possible to stop any mobs spawning, if I can talk properly, that are not these guys, the magma cubes. It kind of works. We're still getting a few zombified piglins and things up here, but we're certainly getting some magma cubes, which is what we want, because we want essentially their blood. We want the magma cream, but they're nasty, big, horrible things, and they're quite dangerous. So what I probably want to do is refine this a little bit, just so that we're not getting completely killed every time we try and say hello to these guys. And maybe make a little kind of AFK cage that I can hit them from where they can't hit me, because that kind of thing happens. And if you want danger, then this is the place for it. Well, not particularly here, because this is perfectly safe, but more up here. So just over here is the infamous gate, where a couple of episodes you saw me running around this area, catching myself in the lava and being chased by pigos and, well, all sorts of wonderful things. But where I'm actually trying to get to is the nether fortress over there. And instead of going out there among all those bad things, I figured I'd extend the ladder upwards and see if we can make a safe way from the top of the ladder over to the fortress. So right now this lot isn't very safe at all, and this is the old staircase, there it is, that went down to the nether portal before, or the nether hub I should say. But yeah, just over here we've got all sorts of not very friendly people. I'm not wearing any gold, that's why they're not very friendly, so I'm just going to pop down here again. They do ladders, they don't seem to do ladders. They might despawn if we go all the way to the bottom. Maybe I should wear some gold. That one. Okay, so this comes out at Y level 67. I want to see where the fortress is. The fortress kind of entranceway is over here. And that is at Y73. Okay, basically I just need to clear a path. Yes, thanks, that's very loud. Through here. And I've brought with me a whole load of bamboo slabs to spawn proof it, and we can make a bit of a wall around them, and that should all be good. Well, it looks absolutely hideous, but it is at least spawn proof all along here and fully enclosed, apart from that block there. It goes all the way along here to this bit here, which is not spawn proof, and this is the way through to the fortress over there. And along here inside the fortress, as you can see, we've got these cages all along here. If I make my way past this very awkwardly placed stone cutter, I think I'll have to sneak under that block. That's it, that's how that works. And Eric Bannister has been all along here working out where all the spawn spots are and boxing them in for us. So actually, apart from keeping an eye out for the ghasts above us, this place is pretty safe. And we're going to need an awful lot of blaze rods, or let's blaze powder. That's not safe. Ow. That's too slow then. We're going to need a lot of these blaze rods for our potion machine. We do have another couple of slots that we can fill here on our potion maker, so I expect we'll be looking for some more ingredients in due course. But first, I want to move away from the potion maker and show you a couple of other farms I've been making. Now, a couple of episodes ago I told you that I wasn't going to do any villager tech this season, but since then Mojang, the makers of Minecraft, have decided that they're going to change the way a lot of the villager technology in Minecraft works. So I figured this would be my last season to use the old style of villagers and villager technology, and also probably my first chance to use the new stuff. And I'd be silly not to get on that bandwagon, right? And so here we've got ourselves a villager breeder. that I made on stream a few streams ago, and I'd like to tell you that no villagers died in the making of this villager breeder. I'd like to, but I'd be lying if I did. If you want to catch a recording of that live stream or any of my other live streams, then you can find them over on my second YouTube channel, which is PlodPlodVod. Now, you've probably seen these things before. Certainly if you watch my content from last season, we made exactly this thing last season on Ludic. So we feed food to those two guys at the top. They will make babies that fall down here, and when they've grown up, they'll move over to this place where all these guys are bouncing around, and then we can just chuck a minecart onto that rail behind me and whisk them off wherever we want them to go. And where we wanted some of these guys to go is that contraption behind me. And of course you know what this is. It's an iron farm, and as with any bedrock iron farms these days, we can trade with the villagers as well. So it's an iron farm and trading hall. Pretty much a standard design these days, but I better give credit for the killing chamber itself. So this design of killing chamber for the iron farm is pretty much straight out of SilentWisperer's iron farm design. And that iron is going to come in extremely useful very soon, but first I want to show you something else I've built, something that isn't a farm. And that something is over here in my other base location. This is where I'm going to be building a load of decorative stuff this season. I want to make a whole village, and in order to make a village, well, you've got to start with one house, haven't you? So just over here, on a stream weekend not very long ago, we built this thing up. It's looking very plain and odd at the moment because it's got no windows, no garden, no interior, no texturing, apart from a little bit on the walls behind me. So there's an awful lot of work yet to do on this thing, but it does have a nice quirky shape, and it does have a roof at least. That took a while to do. If we pop inside for a minute, one thing it does have inside is a sign saying house claimed by Eric. Hold on. That's better. So apparently I'm gonna have a neighbour, and in that case I better really make this place look a little bit more homely. But this episode is already very, very late. Not that I have a particular release schedule, but it's late anyway, so I better leave it there, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.